second. I am trying to make sure everybody can see. Um, okay, it says that it's starting, so I don't know when it's gonna catch up, but we'll catch Facebook as it catches up, I guess.
Mhm.
Okay, there we go. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Listen, I just wanted to pause and impart a word of motivation, or devotion. Let's just say that for anybody who may need it on tonight. Not sure where you are. I don't know what you've been going through, but I just believe that um, even in this place, God still has a word for you. Tonight, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 21.
Yep.
Matthew chapter 21, reading verses um,
28 through
28
32.
through 32. Right. Okay.
Ready?
Hmm.
Says, what do you think? A man had two sons. Now he came to the first and said, Son, go and work in the vineyard today. No, I don't want to, he replied. But later he changed his mind and went. The father said the same thing to the other son, who replied, Yes, sir, but he didn't go. Which one of these two did his father's will? They said, The first one. Jesus said to them, I assure you that tax collectors and prostitutes are entering God's kingdom ahead of you. For John came down the righteous road, and you didn't believe him, but tax collectors and prostitutes believed him. Yet even after you saw this, you didn't change your hearts and lives, and you didn't believe him.
Okay. All right. So there are um, I missed the first part. There are two sons,
Mm-hmm.
and their father owns a vineyard.
Yep.
Says that one of them would leave. Um, but the dad, not the father left. Help me out now.
So
Um,
the father said to one son, Go and work in the vineyard today.
right.
And that son said, No, I don't want to.
Okay,
But later he changed his mind and went.
okay,
And the second son, he said, Yes, sir, but he didn't go.
okay. You you ever been called to do something
Mm-hmm.
that you know you're big enough to do, so it's not really above you or missed you.
Mm-hmm.
It's it can be obtained because you know that you're big enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not oversizing you. It's just that I know what my ability is to do it. I'm not bragging about it. I just know what I'm able to do. I'm talking about having the experience in church,
Mm-hmm.
and you are good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And he says this is the problem. This is that there are those of them that are used to it, and they're the yes man for God, but they don't ever perform in the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, which one are you on tonight?
Yeah.
Are you a doer or a talker?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, how can you stand in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
profess to know him,
Yeah.
but don't live like you identify to be of him.
Mm-hmm.
Says that there are two sons, and that's one of them. I need to find out, of the two, which one does what the father actually wants him to do.
Mm-hmm.
The chances are going to be equal around the board, as far as in the sight of God. It's not going to be a respecter of your skin or of your education. It's not going to be based off of what you did in your past.
Mm-hmm.
It says, everybody I've called and assigned you to go forth from what I've asked you to do right here.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to know on tonight that everything God has already ordained for you to do, he has already more than equipped you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop allowing your past to restrict you to it.
Yeah.
You can't be restricted to everything that was yesterday, that you forfeit everything God has in front of you on today.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody relate to that. I'm talking about if everything that they said you would not achieve, that you were not able to do, that you were too dark skinned, you was too light, you it didn't even fit you, it was too big for you. Those shoes you won't be able to fill. I know that they cast doubt onto people who look like you.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, I've called you equal opportunity to go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't let the assignment scare you. I know that a lot of times we get in the performance for people
Yeah.
that we forget who we're called not to save, but to please. Because I know God called me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I want to say yes, everything inside of me still says no. You ever agreed to some stuff that you know you didn't want to do?
Mm-hmm.
You ever stayed way past where God told you to?
Yeah.
You ever been involved with anybody that you knew were wrong for you?
Mm-hmm.
He says I'm extending my energy in a place where I don't even know if I want to be here, but I said I'd do it. I need to find out on tonight, where are you that you could identify inside of you? I know I'm able to, but I just don't know because I'm apprehensive of it. I'm trying to self-evaluate that this is not for anybody else. This is for me. Okay, you have to be honest with yourself and say, do I actually like what God called me to be? Do I agree with where He called me to be, how He called me to go, and what I'm supposed to do on today? I need to know if you are okay with who you are as you are, or do you identify with God? I'm less of, because what I'm called to do hurts me, so I agree to things that I don't like. I know that in the story that there are two sons, and I want to appeal to the both on tonight. That there are two sons, one who agrees because his heart is in the right place, but I think his hand is amidst him because he finds himself unable, incapable of doing what God asked him to do. I think this is for anybody on tonight who finds himself, the challenge over you is always heavier than what you know that you are capable in your ability to do. And it's not that you are less than, it's that in the honesty of you are too weak to do it. I know that the doubt cast on you reflects to you, but I got to tell you on tonight that God called you to do it. So God just called you to do it. And He just called you to do it. I mean, it's really not even anything to explain to folk that cast doubt on you, because God called you to do it. It don't matter if they like you or not. God still called you to do it. It don't matter if they agree with you, if they want to compete with you. God called you to do it. And it does not matter. This is for the other people in the room. It does not matter if they started before you. It don't matter if they agreed to it or signed the contract of it way before you ever got to it. I know that God made sure
Mm-hmm.
that everybody who started out last, did you did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
The one agreed, didn't do it. The
Yeah.
other one was apprehensive. I don't know, God. I'm too small. I don't know. It seems like there are folk who are more educated, folk that are more assigned and more called. There's folk that are better suited for it than I am, but I know you called me to do it. I'm apprehensive, but I'll go anyway. He says, who can I send and who will go for us? And I'm just talking to anybody on tonight who knows that God, I know that my voice precedes me. My speech is above me, but sounds like it is beneath me. I don't know if I can form the words to it. I know I don't have the right name. I know I don't really have the right placement, but God, I'll go. If you send me, I'll go. If you tell me, I'll go. If you let me, I'll go. If you trust me, I'll go. This is for the outgoers in the room on the night. Uh, he says, I just need somebody that's willing and that's able. That's willing and able. I need anybody who's willing and that's able. And then this is the problem with the Bible,
Mhm.
is that it is a shed light source of the gospel of good news. And I think somewhere in the proliferation of pontificating, we forget and forfeit the word of truth to say that the gospel is good news. And I think whether you are preaching on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, whether you are in the pulpit or you are in the high school,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter if we're in the car or if we are somewhere. I'm not sure where we are. So you have to be sure to never forfeit the gospel of the good news. What is the gospel of the good news? Is that he who was called last, who was doubted and disputed, who was put out and said you'd never make it to it, that the same God that called the one who agreed is the same God who called the one who denied. You got to know that God is no respecter. And when he sacrificed and redeemed man, it wasn't just for one who was unseen. It was for one who was incapable of receiving it because of the sin that he was dying in it.
Mhm.
It says this is the gospel of the good news that he'll save anybody. This is the gospel of the good news that he can deliver everybody. This is the gospel of the good news that he can free anybody who wants to be free. That you have to move out of the way that I'm just a nobody trying to tell anybody about one somebody who can save absolutely everybody. That is the good news of the gospel. Listen, I hope that blessed you on tonight. I don't know if I actually deliberated the text good. I'm a little slated by my dog, um, who's just here. So, God bless you. On every platform, wherever you are watching from tonight, I just wanted to be a word of encouragement. I hope I have done that. And if not, I just want to extend the grace of the commission of getting to know God for yourself. That if you have not tried Him, listen to me. If you have not tried him, I don't know how God has been over there. I don't know who they serving down the street, but I'm gonna tell you right now, every day is not a good day, but he's still a good God. And if you ever come to a place, if you ever come to a place where you are doubting him, let me just confirm inside of you, if yours ain't good enough, you ought to try mine. You ought to try mine, who will set some people free, who will deliver some people from being next to you but hating you. That God is, my God is able to bring you through, out of, from, away to anything, everything that is opposing you. He's like a David inside of you, standing up to the giant that's before you. I know God to be a Samson on the inside, standing up to the chains that bear me on the outside. And I know he'll pull the whole temple down. I ain't I ain't gonna do it. I know him to be
Mhm.
Elijah
Mhm.
in the chariot.
Mhm.
That whenever man wanna bound me, God'll take me. I know him to be a Jeremiah in a weary place.
Mhm.
That the grace of God will deliver me from a weeping place. I know God to be a Malachi, as he'll show up and prophesy and say, every place that the cankerworm has decided to eat and deprive you, that God will show up even in the drought of you. I'm done on tonight, but I need to let somebody know that after all of that, I know he is the Jesus in the text, that he shows up in a perplexed place, but he's not conflicted about the grace that God has bestowed on me. That every place that God has determined that I be set free, I know the Spirit comes in and says, "That's my beloved Son. I need you to, I need you to die for him." And when somewhere Thursday,
Mhm.
Thursday afternoon, after he's been tried and denied, whipped and beat, tested and under the depression of it, that they lift them up. That was the mistake. And I know the enemy doubted you. Absolutely. And ain't no refuting that. The enemy tried you, denied you, suggested that you die here. The problem was it that they lifted him up. They lifted him up. And for somebody on tonight, that's good. That's where the enemy made his mistake. It wasn't trying to kill you. It's that they lifted. And he said, if I be lifted up, know that I'll draw all man unto me. And that's not just righteous man. It's bad man. There's good man. There's men that's trying. There's folk, God, I don't know how, but I'm still showing up anyway. It says if they lift me, I'll save them. As they're killing me, lift me and I'll save them. And then Jesus said, it's finished. And so if you were unsure about it on tonight, it's finished. All the hell and the heartache, the pain, the stress is. See, you gotta speak that over yourself. You gotta begin to prophesy to you in the spirit and say, God, I don't know how it's gonna work out, but everything that opposes me is finished. I don't know when you're gonna come through, but everything that is a challenge for me is finished. I don't know if they gonna hire me, but God, my days of trying to beg for employment is I can't hear nobody that know the word of God. That's what he said. He said it's finished. The doubt and the dispute where you would doubt you before the enemy could ever look at you. He said, it's finished. It's finished. And then he gave up. He gave up the ghost. I know I'm all over the place on tonight, but I need you to know that he gave up. There's some folk next to you that are only connected to you to see the worst in you. And some stuff you just got to give up. God, it ain't nothing personal. I've just exerted all of my energy in it. I give up. God bless you on tonight. I know I've extended way beyond my time. I pray this has blessed somebody anywhere, everywhere, in some light and somehow. God bless you.